We are the Hermana, which means sister to sister JPC team. For our project, we adapted a mentoring program and established a sister site in Panama City, Panama. The undergraduate members of our team include Maria, Allison, Leanne, Tam, and I'm Holly. And here is our lovely team at the Panama Canal in Panama.
Okay, so before diving into the details of our project, we thought it'd be beneficial to describe one of our sponsoring organizations, the Young Women Leaders Program. So YWLP was founded in 1997 here at the University of Virginia by Kimberly Roberts and our very own Winks Lawrence. It's a psychoeducational mentoring program that pairs college women with middle school girls in the Charlottesville-Albemarle region. The program structure is unique in that it combines the typical one-on-one mentoring style with weekly group sessions. So once a week after school, the groups meet for a 2-hour time block where they discuss a variety of topics ranging from healthy decision-making to body image to social aggression, scholastic achievement, as well as a handful of other awkward topics we all remember from that point in our lives. Another unique aspect of the program is that these topics are guided by a strategically planned curriculum that provides activities and discussion questions to engage the middle school girls. So now we also have some YWLP lingo just to avoid further confusion later on in the presentation. So first off, we have facilitators. So facilitators are college women that are essentially the leaders of these mentoring groups. Their responsibility is to organize activities, maintain communication between all the members, as well as provide additional consultation and support for the mentoring pairs. Next, we have the Big Sisters, which we call Bigs, who are the mentors in the program. Again, they're the ones paired with the middle school girls and fostering these relationships. In Charlottesville, we currently have 77. In Panama, our new site, we have 7 lovely women that you can see right there. And lastly, we have our littles, who are the little sisters, the mentees, the middle school girls in the YWLP program. Again, we have 77 of these here in Charlottesville, whereas in our newly established Panama site, we have 5 very sassy and stylish girls right there.
So why is this project important? You see, in Panama, when we established the YWLP, we created a culture that fostered competence, autonomy, connection, and leadership. By adapting our curriculum to them, we were able to create a sisterhood where they could learn from each other. By connecting them to the Charlottesville girls, we opened their eyes to a new reality, which filled them with aspirations for the future. Why is it important in the U.S.? Well, let me tell you a story. Last year, one of her big sisters asked her little sister to locate Panama on the map. She was very sad to realize that she didn't even know what part of the world Panama was in. So we started thinking, we live in a world that is interconnected, where we see signs of globalization everywhere, from the car we drive to the El Jaripeo in the corner. And global competence is a tool every girl should have. Since YWLP is a program that developed women into leaders, we thought it was our responsibility to teach these girls about Panama and about the women and their culture. Furthermore, a lot of our big sisters are soon graduating, and we want them to be prepared to go into a globalized workforce.
So next we just have a timeline outlining what we've been up to over the past year, dating back to spring of 2012 when we first began developing this program in the curriculum, through our travels in Panama this past summer, all the way to this past December where we conducted feedback surveys to evaluate the program's effectiveness thus far.
So our project was actually multifaceted as it comprised of 3 distinct parts or questions. The first question or part we hoped to answer was how to best foster competence, connection, autonomy, and sisterhood in a culturally fluent way. So our ultimate goal or response to this question was to establish a sister site in Panama. But how do we do that? So the first thing we did was we developed a curriculum. Now we wanted to ensure that this curriculum was not just American values imposed on Panama. So we established a partner site down in Panama called the Fundación Amanecer to ensure that we were tailoring our curriculum specifically to the needs of the Panamanian girls. We were also lucky enough to work with Hannah Lambert, who received a community-based undergraduate research award in fall of 2011, where she traveled to Panama for an entire semester. So with her advice and help, as well as Fundación Hermana, we were able to create a curriculum that specifically met the needs of the girls in Panama. In June of 2012, we were lucky enough to travel to Panama, where we stayed there for roughly a month, and we led training sessions with the future mentors and mentees, the bigs and little sisters, to ensure that they knew how to work with the curriculum, run with the program, and just sort of answer any questions that might come up in the future. Now that we're back in the United States, we have kept connections with these girls via blog, Skype, Facebook, and email to make sure, just to troubleshoot any issues that might arise and to make sure that everything is running smoothly down in Panama still. And the ultimate result was that we now have a active, still successfully running Panama sister site in El Chorrillo, which is a neighborhood in Panama City.
The second question we wanted to address was recognizing that adolescence is a critical time of identity formation and development. How do we best increase global awareness of middle school girls in the Charlottesville YWLP program? We revised the existing global engagement portion of the YWLP mentoring curriculum to be more interactive. This curriculum really challenged the girls to think what life may be like if they lived in another country. How did we do it? We held preliminary research where we did focus groups with current bigs and littles in the mentoring program to see what they thought was positive about the global engagement curriculum and what they thought was negative. And from there, we were able to make specifically tailored improvements to the curriculum. When we went to Panama, we collected cultural artifacts that we could incorporate into the curriculum, such as these molas. Then we added the addition of global engagement kits. These kits included a USB that had PowerPoints, music, videos, and photos to make the culture really come to life for the littles. Additionally, we had games like Jeopardy that allowed the littles to apply their knowledge. Additionally, we facilitated conversation in a blog between the sister site in Panama and the site in Charlottesville. We are now conducting follow-up research and are on our second wave of surveys. But we can conclude heightened global awareness and or a heightened evaluation of the global engagement curriculum.
As we mentioned before, the world is becoming increasingly globalized. So our third and last question was, how can we bolster global competence within our college-age mentors? How can we make them more aware, interested, and engaged in different cultures? To respond to this question, we decided to have our college-age mentors teach the global engagement curriculum. By learning it themselves first and then teaching it, it would reinforce the information and make them more vested into the program. So how do we do this? Well, first of all, we held a program-wide training and orientation session in which we told them about the program and what to expect. Then throughout the whole entire year, they participated in the program with their littles. We also provide ongoing consultation to help them with the program. Lastly, we were also interested in how effective our program was. So before the implementation program and after the implementation of our program, we collected surveys asking them how they agree with various statements such as, I like doing the global engagement curriculum, and I like learning about different cultures and countries. Only after 3 months, we saw a positive evaluation of our program and a heightened global competence in the college-age mentors. However, we would like to acknowledge some of our limitations of the program as a whole. Our data was self-reported and collected only after 3 months. However, we are having another wave of data collection, and we're interested in that. Also, since our mentorship program was all girls, we're unsure about how it applies to other mentorships.
So again, what did we accomplish in this multifaceted project? 3 things. First, we were able to establish a culturally adapted program in Panama, and we were successfully able to create a YWLP in Panama. Second, we adapted and improved the GE curriculum so that it's more interactive, and this increased the global competence of our littles. And finally, but not less important, we were able to interact with the big sisters, and this increased the global competence as well.
We would like to extend a thank you to Jefferson Public Citizens, the Young Women Leaders Program, the UVA Women's Center, and our partners site in Panama, Fundación Hermana. Without their support, we would not been able to have such an impact on the site in Panama and the site in Charlottesville. Thank you.